And what's going on, good people? We're back here working on a weekend like usual, and also working throughout the week is the Compete Forever Madden League Season 78 playoffs. And boy, we are down to the final two. We've got a Super Bowl here. Two of the better Madden players in the world playing for cash and other prizes as we get you set for, well, there is no weekend left in the NFL, but we're always going to talk some NFL topics, folks. We are putting the sports in esports. It is the intersection of sports and gaming. We're live here at Jerky's in New Jersey and Elizabeth. In Rahway, actually, Elizabeth on 11 Main Street, live here. The place to be, yes, the Caribbean Fusion right here at Jerky's in New Jersey. All right, let's come inside here. Larry Ridley here, CBS Sports, Madden NFL, CFB Legal, 2K Association, folks. If it's a Tuesday night or Thursday night, we're live right here on Valley Live Stadium Sports Network and watch Stadium Sports app, also YouTube and Twitch, as we show you some of the top Madden players in the world playing for cash and prizes and get you set and talk a little National Football League and all football league here on Tuesdays and Thursdays in a couple of weeks. Going to start talking NBA and basketball on Thursdays. But folks, what about this beautiful place right here? Jerky's, New Jersey, right here in Elizabeth on Main Street. That is 11 Main Street right here, Jerky's NJ. Folks, I need everybody to listen up. Gamers alike, fans, patrons out there, customers. It is time to level up your game, man. This is the place to be. You're talking about the best jerk community right here in Elizabeth, man. Got great food. You're talking about, ooh, look at that. That is the Rasta pasta, man, with the fries, the jerk chicken as well. Got the Rasta pasta, got the griot, you got oxtails. Oh, plenty of jerk chicken here. Got mac and cheese, and also you got the chopped cheese as well. They do a fabulous job here at jerkysnj.com. The good folks here at Jerky's in New Jersey and Elizabeth, 11 Main Street, right here, Jerky's, New Jersey. All right, let me go ahead and bring in my brother from another mother. There he is, my player partner, Blue 30. Jarrett Guarantano, former University of Tennessee volunteer quarterback, starting quarterback there. Also played in the National Football League with the Broncos and the Cardinals. Good evening, J. Jeezy up the Easy for Jeezy.
I must say, your cadence never gets old. That Blue 30, I might jump off sides next time you go with that one.
I'm not drawing nobody outside.
I hear the bass a little bit. I'm hearing the
Blue
bass.
30.
I'm like, oh. Okay, on three.
on three. You know what I like? Speaking of the Cowboys, your guys, Dak Prescott, he started that. Here we go. You know when he. I like that.
I like that. It got
like
a little rhythm
Omaha.
To it, right?
Yeah.
It got
Here we go.
And then the rest of his backups try to do it too, and they just doesn't sound the same.
Can I get an actual call that you would have at the University of Tennessee, the Broncos, Arizona, or with the Brahmas, man, in the UFL? Give me a real life call, man, and I'll see if I can give you one from back when I played at Middle Tennessee.
Oh, like if we said, all right, this is one with Denver. If we just said like green right slot open, 7 busters solid. X needle, Y post.
That's a lot.
On the two. Kill. Kill. X Mo 45 Bob on 1-on-1.
Wow.
And then you're
So I played college football in the mid 90s to late 90s. Our call would have been like, all right, we're gonna go green, we're gonna go Liz, green 83, blue Delta out. Maybe coach would do
Delta out.
Like,
I know
out.
the Delta. I know the Delta route.
So yep. And I got the out on the backside as the X on the backside there. So that would have been it on 2. Ready, break. Green 30. All right, we just changed the play. Now we're running a hitch on the outside. They're bringing 52's the mic. I'm hot now, Jarrett. I got to run this 5-yard hitch. You ready to go? Hut.
Yep. Quarterback's easy too. Yeah, quarterback's an easy position. That's
very easy.
Everybody can play, right? You see on social media, everybody's the best quarterback ever.
It's so easy, everybody can do, especially the flag football guy. Remember he was talking about I'm better than Mahomes.
Yeah, he's at no. Listen, now his claim to fame is that how Pat played last game, so he'll be able to ride off into the sunset for like 4 months with that one.
Oh man, I love this. This is why you're on the show, man, because you just gave us a real NFL play that made no sense to anybody. It sounded like Chinese.
And that was probably one of the easier ones too,
right,
which is absolutely insane.
See, I'm thinking John Gruden. What is the banana, the spy banana?
Spider two white banana.
White banana.
Oh, He's crazy too. He got some play calls too, boy. And if you don't pronunciate in the huddle, he's gonna get after you.
Right. Well, that's two former University of Tennessee people there. Quarterback with JG at the University of Tennessee, and of course John Gruden, coach there.
Funny story.
Went there too. Go ahead.
Funny story. We thought as players when Coach Butch Jones got fired, we thought John Gruden was going to take that job.
Mm-hmm.
And we were
he
like,
had it offered to him.
Yep, we were like, oh, really? We're going to get Coach Gruden. And then it went to Coach Schiano. Some crazy things happened, and then we wound up with Coach Pruitt. But we really thought Coach Gruden was going to be our next head coach there. Like 100%.
You said Schiano, crazy things happen. You know what happened? The damn fan base said, hell no, we won't go.
Yeah, they gave the boot. They didn't like that Northerner. They were not feeling them. They needed to.
Hell no.
They didn't like that. They had enough in one with just me, so two would have been too much.
Man, hey, we got to go to a game this year, dude. Especially if they make it like to the college football playoff, we got to go, man. We got to use your connections.
For sure.
Go watch them play.
They got Georgia at home too, so that'll be a really, really fun one.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe we get down to the Swamp too. I've been to the Swamp, Ben Hill, Griffin. We might want to get down there, and I think they play in like late November.
They switched the schedules up around, except the Alabama game. I think that's still
third Saturday in October. Yep. Absolutely. You ready to go, man? Talk some Madden and some NFL?
Let's go. Yeah, I'm excited for this game. More importantly, this game's going to be epic.
It is. All right, let's talk real quickly about the rules here for the Compete Forever Madden League Season 78. Got the playoff Super Bowl here, all Madden competitive game style. Head-to-head, current rosters, we like to call those rigs. That's regular teams. All 32 NFL teams are available. 5-minute quarters, single elimination format. Folks, you ain't got to go home, but you do got to get the heck up out of here. Let's take a look at the pricing here because it's all about that shmoney. $300 guaranteed first place. It's $150 and an NFL license zip chair. And folks, you can go to zipchair.com, literally make the best gaming chairs in the world, office furniture, sofas, gaming desks, you name it. All 32 NFL teams, NBA, Major League Baseball, NHL, MLS, even college and NCAA licensed zip chairs. And also if you got a custom piece, they can get that done for you as well. Check them out online, zipchair.com. Our good lady there, Tina Altadonna, doing a good job there. Been rocking with us for about 3 or 4 years now, almost 5 years, with Zip Chair. Check them out online, zipchair.com. Second place, $75. Third place gets $50. Fourth place runs about this piece with $25 straight cash on it. How about the bracket? All you got to do is go right there to the center. We saw on the left, that's highlighted. That's the third place game, and the winner was Huskers. He's the third place winner. Right in the middle, JB playing with Baltimore. OG2K playing with the Bucks. So we got a 2-time champ against, what is it, 8? Is that right? An 8-time champ going head-to-head here. It's 2 in college football and 6 straight in Madden. Let's learn a little bit more about these two young men real quickly. We'll start with JB, and he is playing, of course, with those Ravens, I believe. JBaird, Buffalo Grove, Illinois, age 19. He's a young gun. Illinois State student. That's the Redbirds. He's a 2-time C4 Madden League champ. How about the 8-time champ? 2 in college football. 6 straight here in Madden NFL. There he is, OG2K, Nicholas Sirianni, no relation to the head coach, Nick Sirianni, who was a bad receiver, bad boy, Division III. You know, he had some pretty good seasons there at Division III with Nick Sirianni down with the Eagles. He's from Buffalo, so we got an 18-year-old and a 19-year-old. Actually, it should be a 20-year-old and a 19-year-old probably by now because he's 8 years old. College student, 8-time C4 Madden League champ. Man, how about the Molly Pop picks, guys? We take a look at the standings. Molly Pop picks, Molly Pop Grapes. Grapes as sweet as candy. Check them out online, mollypopgrapes.com. There's good, and then there's Molly Good. Molly Pop, of course, taking the world by sweet storm with the pink bag promise, man. You see that pink bag, you know you're getting some great high-quality produce. Check them out online, mollypopgrapes.com. Grapes as sweet as candy. Got about 20 different varieties of grapes there. Really crunchy grapes. Literally the best grapes in the world that I've ever tasted in my life. There I am, Andrew Richmond, hot on the heels. What, I got a 3-game lead here. And there's Jay Jeezy off the Heezy for Sheezy. Wins about 2/3 of his games, 67% there. He's 10-5 on this year. Let's go ahead and bring everybody in here. All right, where's Andrew Richmond? Folks, of course, you can, if you're looking for by any means, peace up, A down. You can find her in the A-Town. Hey, Rich, we got the Ravens and the Flock, and we got the Buccaneers. Fire the cannons. Who you rolling with?
I don't know. I kind of want to fire up my cadence after hearing you guys. You know, obviously no experience at all playing any type of football. But I kind of want to get ready. Well, actually, I actually did powder puff for a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. But I gotta do ready. Here we go. You know, I don't want to get into the. You know.
I like that. That's not bad. Larry. That's good. That's a good hard cadence.
I'm trying to emulate it. Actually, I have a funny story. There was one time I went to sleep while watching a TikTok, and while I was looking at somebody discuss talk about how Aaron Rodgers' hard count always used to get them and always used to cross sides, but I fell asleep while watching a TikTok. You know how sometimes on the outside in your dreams leak in, whatever you hear leaks into your dreams. So the reoccurring theme throughout the whole dream was Aaron Rodgers' hard count never once, and I was like, wait, what's going on? I was like, Aaron Rodgers is literally haunting my dreams, and we'll talk about how much, man. It's sad out here in Jets land. Okay, we'll talk about our failure organizations too. We're talking about good things. I'm gonna talk about the good streak that OG has been on. JB's my guy, one of the OGs when I first started this show, but it's hard to go against the OG in OG 2K. Go ahead and give me him as my pick. No hard counsel out though, OG, or else I'm starting. I might renege. I might change my pick.
Okay, so you're going with the 8-time champ OG 2K. Jay Jeezy off the Easy for Sheezy. Who you rolling with? You taking OG 2K or you taking JBaird? Kids call him JB. We ain't talking about Jaylen Brown.
Listen, something that stuck with me was JB's post-game interview last game he played. The confidence in which he sounded like going into this game. I think he knows something. So I'm going to side with JB on this one. Obviously, OG, I mean, he's made a six-time chair run on me. So I know by all means how good he is, but I think JB might have something up his sleeve for this one.
Man, this is a tough one because I really want to go against OG 2K because at some point it's going to happen, right? You just can't reel him off. But I said last time, I'll never do it again until someone actually beats him. So I feel like this is like the Eagles and the Chiefs, right? Everybody's taking the Chiefs because you just want to be respectful, right? I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm going to take OG 2K officially. But my heart is saying, I think JBaird does something here and pulls something off here. That's what my heart says.
Head and heart pick. Okay, got you.
I'm going to go with the head. I'm not JG. I ain't Brandon Bell.
I was about to say B-Bell specialty, baby. You know.
I'm not a sucker for love. I ain't doing that. Just can't tell me anything. You have me believe it.
Come on, right before
Valentine's Day. We're talking about the two smartest
Larry?
people on the football field, a linebacker, a middle linebacker, and a quarterback. So what the hell do I know if the damn slot receiver was fucking, second string, something like that.
Larry, I'm disappointed about you. The day before Valentine's Day, go with the heart. Go hard. Go hard. Come on. No.
I'm gonna take OG. I'm just gonna go with the safe play here. But look, I will see. Andrew, you'll be conducting the interview with the winner at the conclusion of the game. Let's go ahead and get this thing started. Enough talk here. OG 2K, fire the cannons, playing with Tampa Bay. And how about JBaird, smooth, got the hat on backwards. That means he means business. Ravens flock, and he's playing with the 2-time MVP, Lamar Jackson. Let's go ahead and lock it up, guys. Do it here live on Valley Live, Stadium Sports Network. Watch Stadium Sports app, Twitch, and YouTube. Let's go ahead and knock it out. Live right here from Jerky's in New Jersey, in Elizabeth. Let's go ahead and get it. Good luck, guys. So where are we? New Orleans? Is that what we're doing? Oh, NOLA, we got a Super Bowl. We were just there on Sunday, literally 5 days ago. Once again, JBaird playing with the Ravens. He will receive the ball first. OG 2K, second from the bottom of the screen right there. No hat, sans the hat, playing with the Buccaneers. He will get the ball first. Actually, it'll be Ravens getting the ball first, right? Ravens getting the ball first. Guys, that first quarter, actually, the pregame show brought to you by our good friends. I want to get them in here. Shout out to our good friends at BCL. That is Brooklyn Chicken and Lobster. Check them out right there online, brooklynchickenandlobster.com. We were just there on Tuesday, man. Shout out to Yvette. And our good friends there, Jamel as well. Man, you can chicken and waffles, man. They got it all there, man. We're talking about a collision, man. Soul food and seafood, man. I'm talking about inspired Southern dishes, man, with the soul food, and then the coastal inspired seafood dishes, man. Rasta pasta, you name it. They got everything, man. The mac and cheese there, all the oxtails, the jerk chicken as well, and then the chicken and the waffles, man. Shout out to the red velvet and the birthday cake, one of my favorites there. Open Monday through Sunday there until 9 p.m. Check them out online, brooklynchickenandlobster.com. All right. And also, folks, if you go to Brooklyn Chicken and Lobster, don't forget you can use our promo code Gaming10. Promo code Gaming10 to get 10% off. Once again, use the promo code Gaming10 to get 10% off at Brooklyn chicken and lobster. We'll be back there again a week from today next Thursday. All right, let's go ahead and get this thing started. First quarter here, and once again, playing with the Ravens is JBaird. He's got the ball first. King Henry with the rush there. Let's go ahead and get into some NFL talk, and we're going to start with the first subject is going to be talking about JG and his beloved Dallas Cowboys. I'm wearing the Cowboys sweatshirt here.
Here we go.
Here we go. We ain't talking about the Steelers. I got the Cowboys sweatshirt on. We're going to talk about the Cowboys and your quarterback. He said it, yes, we're close. He was at a charity event on Tuesday, man. They asked him about the season. He talked about the Eagles, how they're very close to the Eagles winning the Super Bowl. It's our turn. They're going to be there. They played really well against the NFC East opponents, including the Eagles, and they have. He has dominated. He has a winning record against the Eagles and Washington, and of course the Giants. I believe like 12-2, 13-2, something like that against the G-men. JG, we'll start with you though. Tone though, was he a little tone deaf there? It's coming off the Eagles winning a Super Bowl and winning the last two games this past season, outscoring you by, 30, 40, 50 points. Your thoughts here, JG, on your beloved Cowboys. How about them Cowboys?
Just like I said a couple of weeks ago about Micah Parsons, I love speaking positive and saying things out loud that you truly believe in and truly want, right? Like I love that. But
manifestation.
I don't know if that was just due to positivity, the audience. I think behind closed doors, I think the Cowboys know that they need to add a couple more pieces, and there's some things that need to go their way in order for them to maybe make the wild card game. Like, let alone winning the Super Bowl. I think there's a lot of steps that need to be taken. And listen, I saw Dak when I was at the Super Bowl. I went on the parties. I shook his hand. I said, "Listen, I hope you're feeling better." Everything. He looked great.
Go ahead.
No. He looked. Well, listen, I would say this. I thought he was still going to be banged up in the boot and everything, and he absolutely looked awesome. He said his recovery and his rehab's going great. So
that's good. That's
positive.
They need
That's
him.
great. Yeah, they need him by far. Are we going to get an early score?
That's a positive development there. Yeah. Buccaneers firing the cannon. JB on board first. Go ahead, JG.
So yeah, no, it was very positive to see him. I saw Micah out there as well, and they were positive spirits. So I'm excited to see what their new head coach and the rest of the team could do. I mean, they're also, like I said, they're going to have a big draft. They're going to have big free agency, but we'll see how it goes.
Andrea, I mean, when I first heard the comments, I'm like, look, you want to be positive. I got no problem with that, man. You want to speak it into existence. You want to be optimistic. All those things.
Love that.
As a player, you're not supposed to come up and say, yeah, we're going to get our butts kicked. We're going to lose. No, you roll out of bed. Absolutely. I roll out of bed every day thinking I'm going to win.
Crush it.
It's the tone, though.
It's the time and the place and the timing of it, too, because, I mean, let's see, one of your rivals in the division, your biggest probably rival in the division, just won the Super Bowl, didn't even go to it. And then also the other big opponent in your division also went to the NFC Conference Championship. You guys got a lot of ways to go, right? And optimism, love it. Hey, I love that dog energy. Like I said, man, just, go after it. Do what you got to do. You wake up, you feel like you're going to crush the game. But there's, like JG said, there's so many pieces, right? You need defensive pieces. You need some more talent on the wide receiver. You need a running back, right? Could probably even use some backups when it comes to that offensive line as well. There's a lot that this Cowboys team needs to do. And then they also have a head coach where, hey, man, I've been a fan of something that was led, an offense that was led by Brian Schottenheimer. He's going to need to prove to me he has more creativity to last in this current NFL as well. So, Dak, I love the hopeful positivity, but I also love the phrase, Delulu is the Salulu. And if this is what helps him sleep at night, then hey, man, let's be delusional, baby. I love it. Let's do it. Come on.
JG, your thoughts here. It's another part was it's our turn. I like that. But, I mean, how confident are you that it's our turn? I mean, it's your turn to make the playoffs? Maybe. I mean, can you do that first? We'll crawl before we walk. One thing I got no problems with those comments as well.
No, it's just the dominance of their division right now, right? The Eagles just won a Super Bowl.
But Dak has dominated. He's dominated against the Commanders, Eagles, and Giants.
Second in MVP voting last year, I believe, right? Or at least third. One of them.
I mean, realistically, he probably should have won it that year. But just with the status of their teams right now, like I said, the Commanders are up and coming. The Eagles obviously just won. It's about being able to sustain and have that stability throughout the year. I just don't know if the Cowboys have the depth in order to compete like that, like those teams right now. I think they're maybe 2 years out with that, right? And they have to figure out with Dak, with money-wise and being able to sustain good free agents, if they will be able to do so with the cap and the payroll.
Andrea, I don't know. Once again, we talked about the tone. Look, I got no problem with any of that. But let me ask you this. Did he lie? Did he lie? For the better part, he's beaten those teams. Actually, he didn't lie. He was telling the truth on that. He's gotten the better of those 3 teams. He has.
Okay, sure. All right, fine. He's done it at one point in his career, and he's actually been a part of a great
times. I mean, look, he got a very 12-2, 13-2 against the Giants.
He's been a part of a great regular season Cowboys team all the time. They just haven't had playoff success, and I think that a lot of it is outside of, honestly, Dak Prescott as well. He gets a lot of scrutiny, unfortunately, being the quarterback, but a lot of it, unfortunately, is just due to not having a lot of creativity in the offensive scheme. Unfortunately, just bad timing with injuries and just bad luck sometimes as well. I will say his inner confidence and belief is going to be very necessary, especially being in that market. Unless you're talking about New York, the second worst market to be in when it comes to scrutiny has to be the Dallas Cowboys, all right? You're always going to have somebody on your back. And so you have to have that mentality that you can do and beat the rest of your division. But like JG said, there's so many pieces that they have to reconstruct and reconfigure in order to make sure that they can turn around. And unlike this Eagles team that went from the worst to the first when they came to their secondary, they have so many more holes that even if they were to miraculously fix one group, they have so much more to go. So I like the confidence, baby, but turn it down a little bit, man. I don't feel like you're going to win the Super Bowl next year, but miracles happen. Who knows?
JG, he said, it's our turn. We're next. How do they look in 2025? Need a running back. O-line used to be dominant, was one of the top 1 or 2 in the league. Now it's Philly. The O-line's gotten a little old. D-line, probably need another D tackle or a nose guard, somebody to beef up to stop the run. They couldn't do that. Probably need another receiver to go with CeeDee Lamb. Hell, even CeeDee Lamb talks about Philly's fans are just better than Dallas. What is going on with Dallas, and how close are they? Once again, haven't been to a conference championship game in 29 going on 30 years, 1995. So it would have been January 1996. This will be the 33rd anniversary.
Oh my gosh.
I'd like to have said that their prime was when Ezekiel Elliott's prime was, when they had that gigantic offensive line. Yeah. They had, who was that linebacker that I loved? I forgot off the top of my head.
Landon Collins? Well, Landon Collins was that no, that's another.
I forgot who it was. It was number 50. Yeah, he was a great player. Yes, a linebacker.
You know, I'm talking about Wolf Hunter. You're not talking about because he got hurt. He had the neck injury, right?
Not Van Esk.
Started with the S, not Van Esk. Started with the S.
Yeah, he was the Boise State guy. But they had during those years with Dez Bryant, they had such excellent talent throughout those years that I think that that was their prime, right? Last week when I said this is if Eagles don't really win right now, I don't see them being able to sustain and win just because they have so many rookie guys and young guys on their team that they're going to need to sign back. I think the Cowboys had that opportunity a couple of times that they just didn't take advantage of. Now going forward, they just have so many pieces. Like you said every position that they need. Another wide receiver too. They need a running back. They need corners, defensive linemen. They have so many holes to fill, as well as paying Dak Prescott $60 million. I just don't know how they will be able to do that.
Did you see his cap hit? It's 85 to 8. It's almost $90 million this year,
dude.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And they have so much. Yeah. And we'll see. And look, they struck out. Could have had Derrick Henry last year as well. So look, people still want to play for the Cowboys. Got Shotzi there, so we'll see how they do.
Ashton Genty. I think Ashton Genty's going to them.
Ooh, that would be fun. Yeah.
I see a lot of mocks with Ashton Genty going to him. That might be a good spot for him.
6-7. Come on, let's do it.
Yeah, OG2K with another bomb there. The Buccaneers fire on the Cannings. They take the lead here, 13-6. He's going to go for 2 on that first quarter, folks. Brought to you by our good friends at Black Seed Brothers. Welcome on board. Our new sponsors, man. Terrell and his wife, man, doing a great job there, man. The Black Seed Brothers. And folks, they're welcoming folks to Harlem's sweet slice of black seeded watermelons. And each seed is rooted in history, folks. We're talking about Southern roots. I'm a Southern gentleman myself from Nashville, Tennessee. So this thing is rooted down south. It's packed with health and filled, of course, with happiness. Look at that. Who doesn't want great drinks, sweet drinks, man, and also very good for you, very healthy drinks as well. Black Seeded Brothers bringing the community with their favorite natural Southern sweets with their health stations on wheels. You can see there with the food truck, actually the health station truck there. And they're all over, but you can specifically find them 139th Street and Lenox Avenue, open 24 hours a week. Check them out online, myhealthstation.org. Shout out to our good friends there, Black Seed Brothers, Terrell and his wife doing a great job, man. Found them in Harlem and all over the city, man, with their health station, man. Good eats, good treats, and those Southern sweets. myhealthstation.org. All right, first quarter brought to you by our good friends there, BSB, Black Seed Brothers. Welcome on board there. Back here live here at Jerky's here in New Jersey, in Elizabeth, of course, where you get the soul food, and you get the I guess we could call it Jamaican and Haitian fusion, but we'll call it Caribbean fusion here with the jerk chicken, the oxtails, and everything else here at Jerky's in Elizabeth, man. Got Jerry Guarantano, the quarterback, former quarterback, University of Tennessee, and in the NFL with the Cardinals and Broncos. Andrea Richmond picks up a down. She is in the A-Town. OG2K, middle of the screen there, playing with the Buccaneers. He is on defense, has a touchdown lead. JB playing with the Ravens. He has the ball near midfield here, start of the second quarter. All right, let's get back into it, guys. Talk the NFL. Andrew, let's talk your team in the National Football League. That would be the Jets. Jets. Making some news, as I reported and told you guys last week. It was reported on WCBS. Shout out to my colleague Otis Livingston. He said it'd be right before the Super Bowl or right after the Super Bowl. It was literally right before the Super Bowl, and actually the news started breaking earlier this week, right after the Super Bowl became official on a Thursday here. The Jets releasing a statement saying that they are moving on, indeed, going in a different direction, moving on from Aaron Rodgers. 2 years with the Jets, 18 starts, just 6 wins. How disappointed in you, Andrea, at Aaron Rodgers at number 8 and his tenure here with the Jets? And is this the right move for them to move on to him? I think yes, with Aaron Glenn coming in.
Guys, you have no idea how excited that I was when I heard the news that Aaron Rodgers, one of my first favorite quarterbacks to ever exist in the NFL, I'm gonna show you guys.
Uh-oh, she's going to get it. What, a cheese head?
I bought a cheese hat in Wisconsin. I was ridiculed by everybody in Minneapolis. Literally, people were walking down the street cursing me out because I was like, oh my gosh, Aaron Rodgers is coming to my team. Oh, I love it. Oh, he's great. I can't wait.
You might as well put a block of government cheese on your head. That big old thing. Go ahead.
I might as well put a paper bag over my head and put clown, okay? Clown makeup right now. Because unfortunately, 2 plays in, not even a whole quarter, he ends up hurting his Achilles. And then I didn't even have
2 plays. It was 4, bro.
4. Oh, okay, double it. Oh my gosh, that's so a lot. Oh, that's great. Okay, great. Fine. 10 years of being a fan, in 2 plays, it just ruins it in 4 plays. I'm sorry. So how disappointing?
6 wins in 2 years. That's pretty good.
I mean, Jet standard, that's excellent. You know what I mean? That's top of the quality, A-list, bar none. I mean, who else has done that good as a Jets quarterback? I'm very disappointed about what happened with his tenure, but I don't believe a lot of it is Aaron's fault. Unfortunately, he did have the Achilles tear. Hey, man, you know how MetLife is. Unfortunately, that's not known to be the best field in order to make sure that you don't have ligament injuries.
Hey, Henry with a touchdown there for the Ravens. Oh, man, this thing's getting close. Go ahead, Andrew.
Yeah, and my patience was getting close to being worn out when the next year, unfortunately, we couldn't buy a win. I expect pain and I expect suffering no matter who the quarterback is, and unfortunately, even my GOAT couldn't turn it around. And I know that has nothing to do with Aaron. That has everything to do with this organization. So onward we march, I guess. More disappointment ahead.
JG, right call by the Jets, man. Well, look, I mean, remember I talked about it. Remember Lomas Brown, the analyst for the Lions, he was saying, look, he thinks that AG wants to keep, Aaron Glenn wants to keep Aaron Rodgers and think there's a match there. But all of the talk coming that I was hearing specifically was, I think they're going to move on.
Yeah, I look at the perspective of what they think that they're going to go into, and I look at free agency, and I'm like, I don't really see many free agent quarterbacks that have their contracts going up. Like I see Sam Darnold, I see Geno Smith, Russell Wilson, Justin Fields. So I'm like, okay, maybe they go in the Justin Fields route and they say, all right, we're going to add him to our mix.
My favorite cousin. maybe.
Nah, I think Kirk's done. But we'll see. Listen, maybe he has some more juice in the tank. Probably not as much as Aaron Rodgers by any means. I think Aaron Rodgers definitely can play a better quarterback than him. But I will say this. This leads to a lot of speculation on what they're going to do with the draft, right? We talked about certain guys, whether that's Shador, Cam Ward, probably out of their mix right now. But you talk about the other echelon where it's Jackson or Powell McCord, guys like that, Quinn Ewers, guys like that. Like you talk about that echelon, you're like, okay, maybe they go and get a quarterback like that. Now with a quarterback like that, I think that you still sit there and say, all right, I need a Russell Wilson or I need a older quarterback to help mentor them or get them by for the next year or two.
Yes.
Bridge quarterback wise, right? So we'll see what they're going to go into. I don't know if this was the right move. I think I would have kept Aaron for another year and drafted one of those quarterbacks that I just named, to be honest. I think that was the move, but there's a lot of things, a lot of stipulations that were brought about that I've heard about, whether that was him not being able to do the Pat McAfee show anymore or and listen, Aaron, I think Aaron loves that more than playing football right now, but he wasn't able to do that. He wasn't able to do certain things that he's been doing in the past, like skipping out on off-season workouts per se to go on some ventures. So I think there were some stipulations that was brought about and they just probably mutually agreed to part ways.
Ventures. You mean trips. We'll talk about what type of trips, but trips.
He's not going on a ayahuasca trip, but that's for sure. Oh, got a pick there by JB. That was a nice pick there. Almost late stages here of the second quarter. Got a 1-point game. Where does he go? We know it might not be Pittsburgh. That would have been the prime location for me, but I guess one of their players said, keep his old ass away from here, basically is what he said. I mean, I think Tennessee could be a good fit. You look at teams, Cleveland. I'm talking about teams that are a quarterback away from at least being in contention. I'm not talking about winning Super Bowl. It's a different deal. But at least maybe getting to the playoffs, right? Got a good defense, got some good pieces around him. Vegas.
Yeah, Vegas, all those places. And apparently there's a rumor that the Steelers are trying hard to push to get Trevor Lawrence. So if the Jags move on, I mean, it's a starting place. Like, obviously not to be desired. They don't have any championship future, I feel like. But it is a starting role. And unfortunately for Aaron Rodgers, it's not going to come immediately. I feel like it'll be probably around the training camp time where he really starts to settle in to figure out where he wants to go for a lot of these teams, because he's stuck in a position to where, unfortunately, because of what happened in that year, people aren't going to trip over themselves to get him, especially with all the outside noise that goes with him. But then also too, he doesn't want to be a part of training camp, and I don't know how many places will allow that leeway as well. So he's kind of stuck in a rock and a hard place. But those 5 places that you said, particularly probably somewhere like a Cleveland, although we'll see how that division works out. It's probably hard. Maybe he could still finesse the Steelers. I don't know how he'll work with Tomlin, but he's worked with a lot of quote-unquote difficult people, and I feel like Aaron Rodgers really isn't that difficult in comparison to a lot of those other players. So why not, man? It's going to have to be like one of those teams where they're taking a risk, and it'll probably be around training camp time.
JG, in that statement, they talked about how Aaron came back last week, which we talked about. They were going to meet right before the Super Bowl, and they did. And they decided to go in a different direction. But I mean, they talked about Woody Johnson, they talked about AG, Aaron Glenn, and also Muji, the new GM. That's another pick there. JB getting both of these guys having some issues there towards the end of the second quarter. But were you surprised that all 3 of them talked about this and came to this conclusion of, hey, we're going to move on? And they put that worded, I don't want to say it was a strongly worded statement, but they made it very clear. We talked to him, and we don't want this. And also, what about the Pat McAfee stuff? They said they didn't want any more of that nonsense.
Yeah, no,
I back to the franchise.
I think as you look at the New York Jets, I think this is one of the more respectable things that they've done in terms of looking at what the moves that they do. Like, I see like the way that they went about this business, and I sit there and say, okay, I respect it, rather than, just saying straight up over the phone, like, hey, we don't want you back. Like, at least they had the conversation face to face. They had the dignity to do that. They said, listen, like, they're grateful for the time spent. Obviously, he ignited a lot of things. It didn't go as such or as planned, but we were grateful for his time, and he's welcome back at any time. I think that's awesome. For Aaron Rodgers' standpoint, I think that he's going to look at his options, weigh his options, and I don't think he's going to want to go to a bad situation. So I don't know if he would want to sit there and maybe go to Cleveland or go to any of these teams that probably aren't true contenders. I think he would rather retire or go into media, going straight to Pat McAfee. So if he sees a situation like maybe like the Vegas Raiders, like, okay, they have Brock Bowers, they go out and get, I don't know, T. Higgins or a wide receiver one or something like that, and they're like, okay, maybe they have a couple pieces that he can work with. Maybe Devontae Devontae.
I mean, there are rumors that he wanted to follow, so who knows?
Yeah. No, who knows? And I just for his sake, like, if I was in his position, I know that I've had that much success. I would want to go somewhere that I could actually be successful instead of just going somewhere where I'm just going to just fall off and it's just not going to be anything the same, you know?
Yeah,
so
because that's why he left the Jets, right? Because of the perceived fall off. So he doesn't want to extend that out, you know?
No,
real quickly, both of you guys, just yay or nay in 5 seconds. Does he play next year? Definitely. I think he definitely plays. I don't think he retires. I think he's got at least one more year. What do you say, JG?
I want to say yay, but I don't know how many opportunities he's going to get. So
yeah, that's the hardest part.
I'll go with yay, but I think he'll wind up in Vegas.
Okay, Andrew?
I say very tepid yay. Very tepid, but yeah, sure.
All right. Well, keep an eye on number 8, man. Employee number 8. Remember the old Antoine Walker commercials when he was with the Celtics? Employee number 8 back in the day. So Aaron Rodgers, 2 years in Gotham. It's over. He said he loved it. Loved living in Jersey. Loved being in
Stop lying. That's the biggest lie. We talk about lying. Stop lying. You loved it after all the scrutiny you got. After you tore your Achilles. People don't think you're a good quarterback anymore. Stop lying, okay? It didn't work out. It's okay.
All right, man. That second quarter brought to you by our good friends at El Aguila Dorado Restaurant, man. Check them out online. AguilaDoradoRestaurant.com, located in Bayonne, New Jersey, right there in Broadway, near Midtown. And we're talking about authentic Mexican food, man. Got the patio, man. Got the drinks as well. The drinks are definitely flowing, the libations. A great time. Great food, great atmosphere there, man. Mexican food, American sports bar as well. You can catch them right there, 412 Broadway. Like I said, I got the patio Monday through Friday. Got happy hour, 2 to 6 p.m. Also got DJs on Friday nights and Saturday nights, and also Latin nights on the weekends. Mariachi shows on Tuesdays. You've definitely seen that if you've been watching the show on Tuesdays. We'll be there 2 weeks from Tuesday on the 25th. Back there at El Aguila Dorado Restaurant. The Golden Eagle, it has landed there in Bayonne, AguilaDoradoRestaurant.com. And we're back here live here at Jerky's, NJ Jerky's in Elizabeth. Yes, the confluence here, man, the collisions, the flavors, man. When you're talking about just Caribbean fusion, man, Haitian and Jamaican fusion here, oxtails, you name it, jerk chicken, man, it's all here, man. Look at here. Look at there, Rasta pasta, man, with the fries right there. Man, I'm going to tear that.
Live props, please.
Oh, yes, prop me.
I need some of that right there.
Definitely got to eat some of that, man. Yeah, I'm going to put that right there so y'all can see it just a little bit. We're back here live at Jerky's NJ here in Elizabeth, New Jersey. Larry Ridley, CBS Sports Madden NFL, CFB League 2K Association. Got Jarrett Guarantano, former University of Tennessee volunteer quarterback. And also Broncos and Cardinals. Andrew Richmond, piece up A down if you're looking for her. She's in the A town. Which part of town? You in College Park? And where you at?
East side, Decatur, where's greater? Well, a little bit east. Zone 6 though, for sure. A little bit east of Decatur, where's greater. Grew up there though. Shout out.
Not the north?
Not that way. Not with the Migos way. Not that way. But we over here on East Side. What's going on, man?
What's going on right now is we got a Madden game, 19-12. And it is OG2K with a 7-point lead. Been going back and forth. It was a 1-point game a little while ago here in the third quarter. The 8-time champ, bottom left-hand corner of your screen, up 19-12 and the ball. And I'm going to call this, Jarrett, what is the 21-yard line? Is that low red zone? High red zone, right? High red zone, maybe?
That's
red zone.
I think that's called it's really called the fringe.
Fringe red zone, right? Fringe red zone. We used to call it the green zone, actually. What we used to call it.
Yeah,
this is about money trying to score.
What's it called? Coach Hackett, when we were in Denver, even still with the Jets, I don't know if you guys ever watched Hard Knocks, but he calls it the gold zone with the gold number.
I like it. Green for the money, gold for the honeys, baby. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
All right. It was that the one that which one? Oh, you're talking about Mike Martz, right? No, not Mike Martz. He was the OC. He used to coach the Eagles. Shoot, won a Super Bowl with the Rams with Kurt Warner, man. Doug Vermeil.
Oh, Doug Vermeil. Dick Vermeil.
Yes.
Yeah.
Richard Vermeil.
Yes.
All right, guys, let's go ahead and get back into this. Got a run there. Oh, look at that. Takes off and scores. Fire the cannons. Buccaneers up by 13. He's got to kick the extra point here. I'm like, that's the smart play. OG2K, a 2-score lead here. Damn, we're down to 54 seconds. We gotta run through this topic real quick. I want to spend a little time on this. Oh, good gracious, we're behind. All right, guys, get your thoughts here on A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown, actually, we're going to talk Cam Newton. Cam Newton first. Cam Newton talked about in his podcast, he was on with Travis Hunter, former Colorado, of course, receiving cornerback, the Heisman Trophy winner. To ask about playing, being the number one pick, going to a bad team. It's different when you're a quarterback, and he talked about, well, in 2011, when he went to Carolina, coming out, won a championship, national title with Auburn, number one pick, went into a locker room full of losers. Ouch. I get what he was trying to say, but dang, dude, you just threw all your teammates under the bus. They won 2 games that year, 2 years previous before that. They were in the NFC divisional round of the playoffs, so they were a pretty good team. Your thoughts here, JG? You're a former QB. Man, QB can't be throwing his teammates under the bus like that, even if they were bad. It's a full team game, man. It's complimentary, JG.
Yeah, I think that's probably one of the most brutal things I've ever heard a quarterback say, right? Like, I don't ever want to talk bad about anybody, but like things like that, when you just rag your teammates down and you just completely shut them down like that, or you talk about the past, calling somebody a loser that you went to war with, you went to workouts with, watched tape with, spent countless hours with on the golf course, outside the facility, in the facility, like by no means do you go and say things like that. Now, listen, I don't know how his teammates treated him when he was there by any accounts. If he's just going based off of them being 2-14, like there's probably better words to call a group of men losers, right? Like you could just say a losing organization, not a locker room full of losers, because that's, I mean, me personally, I take that as a personal attack. If somebody was to call me a locker room full of losers, like I would say like,
loser mentality, didn't know how to win. You could spice it up a little bit
A locker room full of losers is that fighting words. Like that's tough. That's something
they're pros,
you say.
Man.
Like,
they're grown men with families and mortgages. You know what I'm saying?
Right? Like, I mean, and they're some of the best athletes in the world, right? Like just because they went 2-14 has no bearing, right? Like, but yeah, that was something really tough. I think that if he could go back, he would take it away. I would hope. I mean, who knows what Cam? Maybe he doesn't. He said he'd rather his MVP than his Super Bowl. That kind of tells you what kind of person he is, right? Like he really doesn't care much for the team. It's more of an individual thing. Mm-hmm. But as one of his old teammates, I saw a couple things in the media with them coming out with remarks back. Like they weren't very happy about that.
No, they weren't. Yeah, you look at Steve Smith, Captain Munderland as well.
Of all people, of all people, definitely don't talk about that when it comes to Steve, right? When you say a locker room full of losers, at least specifically say except for Steve Smith.
He's the most competitive. Him, Thomas Davis, Jonathan Stewart, like those are some of the most competitive dudes in the NFL history, and he's gonna like. Obviously, he's not calling out single individuals, but when you say a team, it's like when you call a team or when you call a group of people, like it's everybody, right? Like you're not going to just say the team's full of losers when such and such was on the team, right? Like then they're included in it.
And that's the weirdest thing about media, right? Because sometimes you say something hyperbole, hey, we're all joking around here, and I might say like, oh, I hate Sam Darnold, but absolutely not. Like, I don't care that much about Sam Darnold in my waking life or anything like that. And he's played like a good quarterback, like he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league, right? But obviously, being in these positions, you want to be salacious and you want to say something, and then sometimes you accidentally say something that is extremely dismissive.
And that's what Captain Munderland said. He's trying to do his thing. He supports Cam, but it's like, look, he's doing it for clicks. It's clickbait. He's on TV, on first take, and all those things. So
and that's why when you get the bigger picture and you really listen to it, and he's talking about the fact that it's insinuated that they did not know how to win, right? Because they were 2 and something. Like a lot of people were like seeing this as you check out mentally when you lose, and they didn't have the fervor that he was used to coming off of winning Auburn. Dude, I get all that, but unfortunately, sometimes you say one thing. And you know how the media is, they clip it and it becomes a bigger thing. So if I were Cam, I'd definitely walk this back because, again, Steve Smith and a whole bunch of other players, you don't want to come off like you weren't a team player at the end of the day, especially as a quarterback.
There's supposed to be it's
those 5 words, locker room full of losers. That's the problem. Real quickly, JD,
no, it's brutal. Like you look at it, some of those guys had complete faith in him, like absolutely loved him, went to bat for him. Like those offensive linemen, those tight ends, like they blocked, like they did everything. They played through injuries. For you just to say that, wrong choice of words by all means.
Guys, we'll move on. That third quarter brought to you by our good friends. Welcome on board, Palento Bakery. Yes, you can catch them in Bayonne, right on Broadway near Midtown, 387 Broadway in Bayonne. Also, give them a call on the phone, 201-339-9001. That's 201-339-9001. Folks, go to Bayonne and taste their beautiful, tasteful pastries there, man, and just great desserts there. Do a great job there in Bayonne. You love them, man. They've been serving Bayonne for like 20 years, over 20 years, man. You're talking about the finest cakes, pastries, and cookies. I mean, look at that, man. I get the carrot cake. It's really good, man. They got all the cakes, got all the pastries, cupcakes. They got cannolis as well, man, for all the people out there that want something a little different, man. Just a great place there. Palanto Bakery in Bayonne on Broadway, 387 Broadway. And you can catch them on the phone. Give them a call, 201-339-9001 for great pastries and desserts. Palanto Bakery, been in Bayonne for over 20 years. And we're back here live at Jerky's in New Jersey, right here in Elizabeth, 11 Broad Street right here, man. We're talking about Caribbean fusion here with the just great jerk chicken and also oxtails, you name it here, Haitian food and Jamaican food, man, chopped cheese, you name it. Rasta pasta, it's all here. Literally, see that's worth Madden NFL CFB League. 2K Association got Jarrett Guarantano, the top left-hand corner of the screen. Our quarterback played with the University of Tennessee Volunteers, also with the Broncos and the Cardinals. Andrea, Richmond, top right-hand corner of the screen. Esports and sportscaster extraordinaire. Bottom left-hand corner of the screen. OG2K playing with the Buccaneers. He has the ball and an 8-point lead. Going to try to run this clock out. JB, bottom right-hand corner of the screen on defense, needs to get a stop. He's down by 8 points. All right, real quickly, A.J. Brown, guys, you see this? What are your thoughts here on A.J. Brown? Of course, just literally won a Super Bowl, 4 days ago? And he's already talking about, man, look, man, I sat there and I thought it would be different. I won a Super Bowl and the euphoria lasted basically 2 days. I'm ready to go back to work. He said it wasn't what he thought it was going to be. He wants to get back to beating DBs and grinding, and it's about the process. It's about the journey for him. I thought that was pretty damn cool. So A.J. Brown's reading a book, The Inner Excellence, and he's talking about, who cares about winning the Super Bowl? It's not all the hype that you said it is. I want to get back to the process and getting better and putting it to DBs and toasting them and burning them. Your thoughts here, Andrea, your thoughts on A.J. Brown?
I love this quote because it's super real. I think everybody can kind of relate to like wanting to go after something and it becoming a part of your psyche. I'm going to do this or I'm going to be this. And you work and you finally get it. And you look around and you're like, dang, I got it, I guess. And then it's what else after that, right? And sometimes it's not as mystical as you think, right? You paint it as like this big shiny moment and it's not exactly that. Or there's a lot more work that comes with it and you didn't anticipate that, right? Or there's, unfortunately, it can be kind of scary as well because this is everything that you've worked towards. And now that it's happened, is all the work that I've done like in the past, does that matter? Is it as good? Is it valid? And I like the fact that he reminded himself like it's about the journey and the process, right? Because there are a lot of things that you can't control, whether you win, whether you lose, whether you get it or where you don't, but you can always control what you get from it, and finding the joy in the process is the most consistent thing. And I think that is something that people need to realize, right? Obviously, you work towards something, you get something cool, but as long as you can stay consistent doing it and you find joy in that, then it will always take with you and always be beside you. So I really like this. This was a super real moment. A.J. Brown comes with these super real moments that are always like, man, I get that. I love that. But yeah, very relatable. Inner excellence, though, comes within and consistency, doing the thing. So Brian said, get back to it. I love it.
The inner excellence, man. Here you got a $100 million guy, man, reading a book on the sidelines, all right? Takes it from 525,000 on the Amazon list to #1, helping with literacy in our community and just, destroying the stereotype of an athlete and a jock. And now he's talking about, you know what, Super Bowl's fine. I want to get back to the grind, JG. You can appreciate that as a quarterback, huh? Even if he wants the damn ball all the time like Keyshawn Johnson.
No, and I could see why it was taken the wrong way for people that haven't experienced reaching the top of or reaching their goals, right? Like, I think it's such human nature when you think about things like this, and the more I've read, the more I've experienced in life, it's so human nature to get and chase and chase and chase. And when you get somewhere or get something, you're like, wow, this is nothing that I dreamed of, right? Like, my whole, like, especially, all right, so now think about this scenario with kids with the NIL, right? Like, all they're thinking about growing up is kids with not much money saying, I want to be rich, I want to be rich. They reach 18 years old, 17 years old, and they have $4 million on the table NIL or $1 million on the table NIL. Like, for a lot of people, that's a lot of money. those kids just reached their goal, their max limit, whatever they wanted, at 17 years old. So now it's what next? And that's what's kind of wrong with the NIL culture. It has nothing to do with AJ Brown right now, but the NIL culture is giving kids their dreams, and they're expecting them to go out and fulfill them, which is putting a lot of pressure on them, as well as forcing them to be their best, right? So I absolutely agree with AJ. Like, he's worked his whole life for this very moment. He gets to it. It's amazing for 2 days, and then it's like, what's next, right? Like, he wants to go right back into the grind. He wants to be right back with his teammates. He wants to keep going, making things difficult. He wants to be on top of his game at all times. I respect the heck out of that quote and what he said.
And I love the fact that he reassesses himself and finds joy back in the process, rather than like feeling like hopeless and fading or getting sad about the thing. Because unfortunately, when you make it, you either feel sad or refocus and relearn to connect to what made it happen.
If you ask anybody, you can even ask Larry yourself, like anybody that is done playing the game, what they miss most. And everybody's going to say the process. It's not about the championship. It's about the locker room talk.
And the friendship, the fellowship.
Camaraderie.
Going to lunch, going to dinner with your friend, like your teammates, going to play bowling, whatever it is. Just being able to have that person next to you that you know loves you, cares about you, goes to work with you every single day. It's a different feeling for athletes.
Yeah. And he'll get back to it. Trust me. He'll have his attention because he's going to have a target on his back. So welcome, AJ, Super Bowl champ down there. Also, grew up a huge Patriots fan. Went to Ole Miss, hotty toddy. Down there in Oxford, Mississippi. Real quickly, guys, your thoughts here, 10 seconds apiece. Saints, they hired Kellen Moore, literally won the Super Bowl in New Orleans, gets to stay right there in New Orleans, got the job, was announced today, introduced today down there in New Orleans. And Nola, he's a 504 boy. How do you think he's going to do, man? Saints won 5 games last year. I think they're, I don't know, millions of dollars over the cap. I'm talking like, I think they have the worst cap situation in the NFL. I'm talking about $50+ million over the cap. Woo! It's going to be a long slog down there in NOLA, huh, JG?
Yeah, I'm eager to see what they do in the offseason. Probably making some trades with one of their bigger guys, like maybe Chris Olave is on the move. Maybe they have some guys on the move within their organization.
Do you keep Derek Carr? That's first order business.
Yeah.
Derek Carr was playing very good football last year, and how do we get Alvin Kamara back on pace to
been
be
in the league 11 or 12 years, 1 playoff appearance.
Right. We got to get Alvin Kamara back to being one of the best running backs in the NFL. So figuring out offensively, whether that's schematically or that's personnel wise, how do we get him the ball more? And I think Kellen Moore is one of the best offensive coordinators in football, and I think he'll figure out offensively how to do that. Yep. Then it's some things that they have to adjust defensively. But I think this is a good hire. The rest of the candidates, I think that this is probably the best option right now. And I'm excited to see what Kellen does in the future with it.
Hey, Rich, youngest coach in the NFL right now, 35, 36?
No, I'm so used to seeing Sean McVay for that title, man. Times are changing. We're getting older, okay? Everything's moving.
Speaking of Boise State, he was the quarterback at Boise State. He was Boise State earlier.
Yeah, no, I saw something where he was like going against one of these other quarterbacks that's still in the league. But imagine going from football heaven, right, the Super Bowl, winning it, to cap hell. That's literally the starkest difference that you can imagine as a head coach. So I'm really... Oh, man, I'm really hoping for the best in him, because anybody who took this job, it was kind of an albatross. You're going to have to be patient, and I hope ownership is patient with him, because there are going to be some rough years while you figure out, like, how to get a talent and how to keep talent, because you ain't got no money to play around with.
I got that song in my head, Akon. I've been locked up, they won't let me out.
Hopefully they don't give him one more year. Hopefully they don't give him 1 year and just call it quits.
Right, you know?
They won't let me out.
If you want me to make a joke, he ain't a black coach, so that ain't gonna happen. Anyway, let's go on.
Andrea said they're in cap hell.
They man. Locked up. Free him. Free Kellen, please.
Oh, man. They are in the juke, man. All right, guys. Great game here by OG2K. Before we get there, that fourth quarter brought to you by our good friends right here, jerkiesnj.com. Jerkies, great place right here, man. We're talking about, just the greatest fusion, man, Caribbean fusion, greatest community when it comes to jerk chicken. It's right here in Elizabeth, 11 Main Street, jerkiesnj.com. Stan and the staff do a great job here. Oxtails, pasta, you name it, man. Jerk chicken is really off the chain. Man, the door, you seen these people been coming through the door all night, man, and everybody wants the jerk. One guy just said, I want 6 jerk chickens. Just give me the jerk. Nothing else. No offense. I want nothing to scream at a jerk. The grill, they got everything, man. Also, just saw over here in the counter, man. Got the cola. You know, the Jamaican cola is really good. The Haitian cola is good as well. Cola like whatever he said. I don't know. You ain't gonna get me speaking no crazy language on here. Check them out online, jerkiesnj.com. All right, let's go ahead and bring in Jarrett Guarantano, Jay Jeezy off the Heezy for Sheezy, former University of Tennessee quarterback, Broncos quarterback, and Cardinals quarterback. We just saw another guy quarterback his team to a win 9 in a row for OG.
Yeah, I think the biggest part, I mean, I knew that his offense was going to be good. I think that he performed defensively way better than he has been the past couple of games, right? Like, I feel like this game he didn't really let JB dictate what he wanted to do offensively or defensively. He kind of just stayed the course and got a couple of turnovers. And, I mean, you saw his gameplay. He absolutely played very, very well.
Yeah, and once he got that 2-score lead, you kind of felt like if one of them can get a 2-score lead, that's tough to overcome with one of these guys, these high, quality Madden players, man. Let's go ahead and bring the third member. Go ahead, Jay. What were you about to say? Go ahead.
No, I mean, that's all you need. 2-score lead, and then you can do really whatever. You're more aggressive defensively. You can play softer defensively. It's your world. Knowing that you can score, get a field goal, and still be up 2 scores, that's all you can ask for.
Yeah, especially when you're one of these top players, man. Absolutely.
Oh, man.
You can absolutely do that. Let's go ahead and bring in A-Rich. She is in the A-Town. She's standing by. Seems like we do this, man, once a month. Talking to OG2K. He's got 9 chairs. I think the record is, 12 or 13 by Vilma? And that was over the span of like 2 or 3 years.
Chasing history, OG. At this point, history's chasing after you or something, because you're hawking that down like DK Metcalf was Buda Baker a couple of years ago. But let's talk a little bit about the turnovers, right? Speaking of interceptions, there were a lot going into that second quarter. Ultimately, turnovers is what helped you out the most. But what was going on in that second quarter? It was Pick City going on there.
Yeah, it kind of was just like a pretty clean game. Like, yeah, there was a couple turnovers, but I feel like we both played a pretty clean game. Like, if there was a mistake, it was like 1 or 2 plays. Like, it wasn't like someone misses a read for a touchdown and then the next play, gives up the same touchdown. No, it was a pretty clean game from both of us.
Good user play and good using actions. And talking about like JB has one of the best teams in Madden, the Ravens, right? And obviously you're playing with Tampa Bay, which doesn't have as much power as a lot of these other teams that you've played with and won a championship with. Was it important going into this matchup, especially knowing that you have to not only make sure that you score, hold the lead, but then also to start aggressively? Because, hey, man, this team is a lot more equipped to make sure they can milk out the clock and really take this away from you.
Yeah, for sure. You definitely want, like, it kind of played out perfect how I got to stop it early, because if you get down or if you're even with the Ravens, then, they're not, like, forced to pass, like, due to the clock being an issue. So it definitely helped out, like, getting out there early and limiting Derrick Henry's usage.
And guess what? Derrick Henry didn't end up getting you, and guess what? JB didn't end up getting you anyway. Instead, you ended up getting another chair. So we're going to throw it back to Larry and Jarrett. Oh, gee, man, how many more can he get? Not 10, not 11, not 12, like LeBron over here.
Sounds like LeBron. I think it was at least 8 championships because he got to not 7. I remember that because I used to work in Miami, then I went to Boston, and of course the Celtics were kicking his butt and went back to Miami. And I remember he got to 7, so I'm like, all right, that means at least 8 because he said not 7, so that means at least 8. They went to 4 straight finals and he won 2. OG, I'm going to let you get out of here. I don't want to keep you long, man. I appreciate you guys. All right, man, it's another chair for you, man. What are we doing with the 9th one? I guess I got to send you another code tonight. I just sent you one like last week.
I don't know. Just keep building on the empire and
first world problem. I don't know. I got $4,500 worth of chairs. I don't know what to do with them.
OG, at this point, you better ask for stock in the company at this point. Like,
yeah.
I'm sure I'm going to get a call from Tina. She's like, these chairs are going to the same person. I don't know how you're going to do it. Maybe switch it up, put them in some different people's names so I don't get these phone calls in the middle of the night. Like, people stealing?
This is an embezzlement scheme. Somehow, some way. I just know it.
Yeah, I was like, well, are you selling chairs on eBay, Larry? What are you doing here? You got your own Amazon store? But no, congratulations, man. You're a worthy champ, JB, man. He showed out, man. He was close, man. And it's going to happen. OG, mentally, have you thought about when this might come to an end, or are you thinking like, this is cake mix, man? Ain't nobody gonna take me down.
At some point, like there was a couple of games I thought like, oh man, that this might be it, but I don't know. I really don't know how I'm in this spot right now, to be honest with you.
Well, iron sharpens iron, dude. The guy that was playing in the Madden Bowl is a former Compete Forever competitor, and John Beast. I remember he was a young buck. He used to come to Foxwoods with his mom all the time. He wasn't old enough to be in the MCS. Finally got to 16, and he's been knocking heads the last 3 or 4 years. And we were literally the first place he played, man. He won a couple of chairs and stuff. So he was beating some guys when he was 14, 15, beating some grown men. So I see you in that light. I see JB in that light. I see Huskers in that light. I want to see you guys go on and do some great things with the MCS, man. But keep playing right here. And we'll have Madden on Tuesdays, and we'll have NBA on Thursdays. But have a good night, man. Before we get out of here, guys, if you guys want to sign up and be like OG2K or John Baird, JB, or Huskers, go to CompeteForever.com/Mad League. It's free entry, free 99, folks, ages 13 plus. It is all online. You can win cash and other prizes. It's very simple. Go to CompeteForever.com/Mad League. Don't do it today, but do it to now. CompeteForever.com/Madden League. All right, don't forget also, folks, that post-game show brought to you by our good friends at River City Gaming. I wasn't going to forget, Kevin, while y'all in my ear, but I appreciate you. Rather you be in my ear than not be in my ear, because he be all loud and stuff. You know what? Let me read this thing right for the sponsor. GameWithRC.com, folks. You can find them. You know where to find them now. That's in Rahway, New Jersey, right there in the heart of downtown Rahway, New Jersey, man. We're talking Main Street right there in Rahway, New Jersey. Gaming center, huge gaming center, great facility. They got snacks on the inside, man. You can play sports games, pop a shot, pool, air hockey. They got it all. Big old Connect 4 table as well, man. And also they got the video games, the VR as well, the virtual reality. They got all the gaming systems you need. PlayStations, Xbox, and PCs, personal computers, man. They got 3 different tiers as well. Open 7 days a week until 11 p.m. every single night. Man, you can do early, you can do afternoons, you can do night, or you can do all day. Check them out and look at the passes and the tiers they have online. River City Gaming, GameWithRC.com. All right, let's go ahead and get out of here, guys. It's been another fabulous show live here from Jerky's in New Jersey and Elizabeth, man, for OG2K. That's a 9-time champ you're looking at right there. Andrea Richmond, if you want to find her, if you're looking for her, you just got any idea where she's going to be, you got to go down to the A-Town. She's in ATL. And then Jarrett Guarantano, if you're looking for him, he's going to be on a football field near you, throwing dots for the Brahmas. And then we talking NFL. You play in the NFL. You making the team next year, wherever it is. I promise I'm going to be there opening week. Wherever that is, man. We're going to put that energy out to the universe.
Please.
Man.
Yes.
NFL.
I need some of that Cowboy energy. That Dak and Micah Parsons energy.
Yes. Here we go. Here we go. Not the failure one. Okay, right?
I'm going to speak that. I'm going to speak it. I'm going to speak it.
29 years and counting. The most overhyped franchise. But this is a sweatshirt, a nice sweatshirt, man. Thank you for Ultragram. This is a nice, great little Cowboys. And I wore the Cowboys for you, JG, on the Super Bowl, man, when I was at the Ashfords this past weekend. I'm Cowboyed out, man. Enough of the damn Cowboys. I got a feeling we're going to talk about them again. What do you think, Andy? Pretty sure?
Yeah, probably. You put in Cowboys and Jet stories just to torture both me and JG. I just know you do, so it's okay. Get ready, JG. It's going to happen again and again and again. No. We never escaping.
I'm let's get out of here. I'm going to call out the tech.
Right.
we got the group chat. Keep it right here in the group chat. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of insight there we can all look at. All right, let's go ahead and get out of here. Thanks for everyone here at Jerky's in Elizabeth. We'll see you on Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern. We'll be at River City Gaming live there talking NFL and Madden. And then next Thursday, we'll be at Brooklyn Chicken and Lobster. Guys, have a great week and a great weekend. Let's get out of here. We're live from Jerky's in Elizabeth. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye, folks.